Nuggets and the Clippers. Last time we talked, the series was 1-1. The Clippers blew them out in Game 3 in LA, and we saw a masterclass from Jokic in Game 4. He had 30, 20, and 8. He threw up an air ball, but Aaron Gordon did a tip-in dunk for the game. It's crazy.
I thought it was no good. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought it was no good.
I thought it was good.
I thought his fingers was still on the ball when the clock whatchamacallit.
Well, okay, this is how I don't know how to explain it, but I think since it was in the rim, like it's in the rim,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess that's why they called it good. But the thing is, they called it good on the floor, so it's at that point you gotta have evidence to even overturn that, and I don't think it was gonna be enough to overturn it. I don't think so. I thought they was gonna lose, but they was blowing them out. Clippers made a run. And then in Game 5, the Nuggets basically blew them out. They had a masterclass from Jamal Murray with 43 points, I think, or 44. But what are your takeaways from this series, and what are you looking ahead to Game 6 and potentially a Game 7?
Well, to go back to that, you did first that Aaron Gordon game winner. I thought the ball had to go through the net first, and because the ball didn't even go through the net. So I'm like, yeah, it's in the rim, but it didn't even go through the net yet. And then, like I said, I thought his fingers were still on the ball. It sucks because they shouldn't have had. I don't think they should have had James Harden in on that possession. I think they should have subbed Ben Simmons in, or they should have went with a big lineup, for defensive purposes, or Derrick Jones Jr. or somebody, because you left James Harden in the dunker spot versus Aaron Gordon, who was some people say slam dunk champion, but he's a high flyer. All he gonna do is jump over James. Put somebody up there who can at least jump with him or box him out, bro. James, he's not that good defensively. James not worrying about boxing out. He wasn't even in a box out positioning. He was literally standing straight up. And Aaron Gordon jumped over him, tipped it in. That's game. If you would have had Ben Simmons or anybody else in who could at least jump with Aaron Gordon, they would have lost that game. Because Zubac has been playing well against Jokic. And which has surprised me. I thought, like I said, when it was 1-1, Jokic hasn't really been Jokic. And that's Zubac. Zubac is playing really well on him. I think that James Harden definitely has to step it up. He played well, I think, with the first 2 games, but since then he has barely done anything. He's been deferring a lot. I mean, granted, they've been trapping him, getting the ball out of his hands. But you're James Harden. You a future Hall of Famer, bro. You gotta step up. You gotta step up. What's it? Game 6 tonight, right? They're in. They LA and LA. I think James Harden and Kawhi, they have a good game tonight, and they win tonight. But
they have no choice.
Yeah, they ain't got no choice.
Got no choice.
But even with Jamal Murray's masterclass, bro, you let Westbrook go crazy. Who else was super hot on their team? It was Westbrook, Murray, and I think was it Gordon? I think Gordon too. You can't let them go crazy like that, especially Westbrook.
The Clippers probably might have folded because you finally get a Jokic stinker in Game 5 and you got blown out. That was the time you're supposed to take advantage of the Jokic stinker. But the Clippers have had opportunities to win. I do believe if they gone into overtime in Game 4, I do think the Clippers win that game. I believe that. And they go up 3-1. But they did it. They got game by a tip dunk. It is what it is. I think so far, the last 2 games, the Nuggets have outplayed them. They're being more physical to them. I really do. I think they out-rebounded them better because I've said they're the bigger team. I've always said that. Kawhi had, outside of Game 2, Kawhi ain't been the greatest either. James Harden, like I said, I'm not shocked. James Harden is going to have a stinker. It's going to happen. This is him. Now, Game 4, I don't think he played bad. I think he just wasn't aggressive. So I'm not going to say that was a stinker. But Game 5, he was trash. And this happens when I say about James Harden. I told you this. I said when the games matter most, James Harden doesn't step it up for some damn apparent reason. I don't know why, but he just doesn't. For some apparent reason, he just doesn't step it up. And of course, you need him to play good. You can't give me 13 points, brother. I'm sorry. Come on.
Shit, he only had 11. You gave him more than what he actually had. He only had 11.
He played like trash. Shout out to First Things First for this graphic. Harden in games 2 through 5. He's averaging 16 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 turnovers, shooting 41% from the field, 34% from the 3, and 70% from the free throw. That's not James Harden. That ain't good. He's not playing good, and I need a master class tonight. I need one tonight. If they want to win, they have no choice. He has to play better. Same with Kawhi. Kawhi, like game 1, Kawhi played good like the first half, but then he turned the ball over and played bad. But in game 2, he had the master class. But outside of that, he just been decent, but he ain't been great. Honestly, the best player in the series has been Zubac. He's been
the best. Yeah. Zubac's ass, he's been killing. Like you said, tonight's a big game, so we're gonna see if James Harden shows up. I think if they win tonight, I think they go into Denver and they close it out. I think Kawhi's gonna have another masterclass game, and they close it out in Denver.
Honestly, I think he plays better. I just think he doesn't have a masterclass. And if he has another stinker again, I just won't be shocked because we've seen it. Then I got to come back in. Then I got to come to the next podcast and tell you, why did he have another stinker? Then you go try and make an excuse talking about he had Kawhi this time. That's why he been having them stinkers. Well, he got Kawhi now and he's still having the stinkers. This is just him, bro. This is just him. It's going to happen.
See.
But at least he got the stinker out the way. So you hope he plays better. But if he has another stinker again, oh my God, bro. He's going to get killed. As per usual, he's going to get killed. But I think Kawhi needs to play better. Norman Powell played good in game, what was that, game 4? He had like a couple of threes in the fourth quarter. Finally, he woke up. But you lost on a game-winning dunk. Ben Simmons, just, like I said, Ben Simmons out there to just play defense. And just run up the court and pass the ball, bro. He ain't out there to score, bro. He's not. They just been more physical in them, and if Jamal Murray plays somewhat similar like that, not saying 44, but at least maybe close to 30, they'll probably lose. And a lot of people had the Clippers because of depth. The defense was great. You had Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. A lot of people had it. A lot of people really ain't picked the Nuggets, but I picked them. And I'm sticking with my pick. But that is the best series. And I still think it goes 7, though. So I do think the Clippers probably win tonight, but I won't be shocked if they do lose. Like this has been a great series so far. It's been a great series. Dang, man, what's his name? David Adelman has kind of outplayed Ty Lue the past 2 games. I'm just saying. I
don't count that game 4. I don't count that. I don't think he outplayed.
How can you not count that? I
don't think David Adelman outcoached him game 4. He didn't outcoach him. They got lucky that one.
You need luck. Yeah,
but he didn't outcoach him. He didn't outcoach him that game.
Well, I think he kind of did when it came to like that third quarter. I think he kind of did outcoach him. I think from basically almost the third quarter all the way up, I think he's been outcoaching that man. Ty Lue is one of the best coaches in the league, and he gonna get them guys right tonight. So I expect them to play better. I hope James Harden plays better. Because if he doesn't, man, you got some explaining to do, brother.